So I don't know about finding out who Liara's dad is, but we sure as heck found out who Liara's mom was last week.
We've known who Liara's mom is the whole time,
Yeah,
pretty much.
But we learned about it repeatedly last time.
We learned lots of things about Liara's mom, yes.
No, but we learned like one thing about her repeatedly.
Well,
And that one guy just kept telling us the same stuff about Benezia over and over and over again.
aw, Kisa, are you saying hi to the people on stream?
I'm sure she's not.
Also, look at those cute little kitties. The weekly cat pictures from Bio. I like that one.
Those are in fact pictures of cats, yes.
I like the one with the kitty cat yawning next to the tiger plushie and what looks to be
You've been corrected. Kitty singular.
replica of a Marine's hat?
You're
maybe?
a replica of a Marine's hat.
Not sure. And cat singular. I sit corrected. Bio. I'd say I stand corrected, but then Inu would correct me.
Okay. Kick over to Mass Effect. Previously. Shepard lands on Novaria to try asking Liara's mom about who Liara's dad is, only for the local police force to show up to hold her and the crew at gunpoint. When they're asked what's up with the damn guns, the police respond by saying that no one is allowed to bring guns in with them, which Shepard naturally takes offense to. Things almost escalate to violence when Shepard and co. pull out their guns when the cops don't believe that she's a Spectre, only for the head cop's boss, Gianna Parsini to call her in over the intercom to yell at her to chill the fuck out. Gino Parasek then shows up in person to apologize to Shepard for the inconvenience and offers to help in any way she can, only to immediately disappoint everyone when she can't help us find out who Liara's dad is. Shepard then absentmindedly fires her gun into the chest of a nearby desk worker, only to become incredibly confused when he turns out to be an incorporeal hologram. With that man now outed for not showing up to his shift, Shepard then begins trying to figure out how to get someone to hand her a parking pass so she could drive over to the secret lab that Liara's mom is probably hiding in. Not long after shooting at a nearby robotic space duck, Shepard then runs into a Hanar merchant named Opioids and immediately decides the local government can go fuck itself for not respecting her specterness by agreeing to do some illegal smuggling for it. Shepard then swings back to the Normandy to grab the illegal package for the Hanar and also elects to bring along Rex for reasons she doesn't presently understand. Upon returning to Opioids to drop off the illegal, probably drugs, package to it, Shepard then extorts it for double the credits it offered as payment to her, despite Shepard being so rich that money means basically nothing now. She then goes to the bar of the local hotel to continue searching for a parking pass, only to get roped into participating in some corporate espionage by an Asari who dresses like a hot dog. She then talks to a nearby Turian named Lorik Keen, who asks if she can get some evidence he was keeping in his office that proves the port administrator is actually a corrupt scumbag. Shepard then encounters that Raphael guy the walking hot dog wanted her to spy on and begins talking about some random bullshit to keep him busy long enough for all his confidential company data to get stolen. Shepard then wanders around the hotel bar some more, looking for things to legally appropriate, only to end up cursing God when she can't open someone's locker without Tali's help. She then returns to the walking hot dog to hand over the data she stole from Raphael and extorts her, but in a nice way, out of an extra 250 credits for no real reason. She then fires off some warning shots towards the heads of at least 3 separate security officers when they remark that they should have taken her guns away, kind of proving their point there, honestly. She then runs into a Turian mechanic named Lee, full name withheld at his request because humans suck at pronouncing it, who fills her in on some of the sketch as fuck shit that's been going on lately and asks for her help in figuring out what's going on. Not that he'd give us his parking pass so we can figure shit out, but at least he asked. Shepard grows increasingly frustrated over nobody on Noveria respecting her Spectre status. Her continued wanderings then have her run into a squad of cops illegally tearing through Lorik Keene's apartment on Ananias' orders to steal the evidence Lorik was holding on to. Shepard manages to successfully get one of the bribed officers to leave without violence, only to realize that was just one officer out of a dozen now very pissed enemy targets. Upon trying to leave Lorik's apartment, Shepard is then accosted by more corrupt police officers who try to arrest her for quote-unquote illegal trespassing, only for Rex to not so subtly imply that he's going to murder every last one of them like they do with the corrupt police officers on his planet. Rex then, not so subtly, murders every last one of them like they do with the corrupt police officers on his planet, while Shepard slowly goes insane from not being able to break into every single locker she sees. On their way back to the bar to talk to Lorik, the crew runs into Giovanni Panini Press again, who says she wants to talk to us at the bar before handing the evidence over to Lorik. Shepard then gets lost on her way to the bar and ends up walking into the office of some asshole named Ananias, who's actually the evidently horribly corrupt administrator who runs the Port Hero. Willow immediately decides she doesn't like Ananias when he opens the conversation by calling Shepard a spaceborne vagabond and decides she wants to fuck him over as hard as possible before she leaves this planet. Shepard then returns to the Normandy again because she's going to stab someone without Tali around to open other people's lockers, and buys herself a fancy set of super armor and a war crime shotgun for Rex while she's there. Willow attempts to argue Sonic canon with someone who knows way too much about the Sonic timeline for his own good. Shepard then returns to Giganto Pizza Pasta to see what she wants with the evidence Lorik had, and is surprised to learn she's actually an undercover agent who's also trying to fuck Ananias over because the guy's ruining business for everyone on Noveria. Shepard, of course, agrees to this because she wants to be sure Ananias gets his ass tossed out and walks over to politely extort Lorik into testifying against him. Shepard then begins walking back to geolocate Panorama before one of the voices in her head hears that she might be able to abuse a glitch in the universe to trap Lorik in a never-ending purgatory of being asked about Liara's mom that will grant Shepard an infinite amount of good noodle points and actually Satan points. Shepard, of course, does what any good noodle would do and abuses the ever-loving fuck out of this glitch in the universe to exploit her way out of ever running into dialogue trouble again at the expense of Lorik's sanity. Now that's the type of thing we'd expect of a real Byleth. With her equivalent to the 2-year-month trademark now completed, Shepard actually goes to inform Giorno Parvate that Lorik will testify for her. Not sure how good said testimony will be when he's a barely legible gibbering mess now, but oh well. And Ananias is pretty much immediately dragged out of his office kicking and screaming because the legal system on Noveria is apparently just that fast. Shepard then heads back to the Normandy to get Rex again, now that she's legally appropriated the contents of all of the hotel lockers, and nervously ends up having to bluff her way through a conversation with the head of security on the way back, when she's asked what happened to all those corrupt cops Shepard killed. With a shiny parking pass now in hand, thanks to Geronimo Plexiglass, the crew head up to the garage so they can go find Liara's mom, only for the place to end up swarming with Geth that Benezia brought along in her carry-on bag. The sneaky flashlights are quickly switched off, and everyone is incredibly confused when a security lady who ran in to see what was happening suddenly refers to Liara's mom as Benezia Sama out of nowhere. Space weebs, man. Inu's confusion only grows deeper when he notices that the Mako is suddenly just there in the garage somehow, despite there not being any way for that to have happened. The Mako then decides to answer Inu's question over its presence itself by warping itself in and out of reality several seconds after being driven outside. Once the Mako decides to exist in this plane of reality again, Shepard begins to drive over to the secret lab Liara's mom is apparently in, while shooting a bunch of Geth along the way for fun. A bunch of exploded Geth later and one dead Krogan later, and Shepard finally realizes the reason she was compelled to bring Rex along was because the morons at Peak 15 were cloning motherfucking Rachni like a bunch of fucking dumbasses. How the hell do you manage to be as stupid as fucking Cerberus of all people? Rex shows that he apparently never bothered to space Google what the Rachni looked like when Liara gaslights him by asking what the bugs they just shot were, despite having shot at Rachni herself, just like these herself just a couple weeks ago. This may be her way of getting back at him for telling her that jumping in front of your allies' weapons is a traditional human tactic. Shepard makes her way further into the lab and ends up having to solve a Towers of Hanoi puzzle to turn the power for the main VI server back on, because the scientists that worked here were a bunch of goddamn nerds and built the place after playing way too much Coder. Solving the puzzle turns the facility's Google Assistant back on, who in turn can't tell us shit about what happened here, but is at least able to give Shepard instructions on how to get the tram leading to the lab Liara's mom is in running again. The crew continue running into more Geth and Rachni while they fix the power situation, as Shepard once again begins to twitch in anger over a locked chest that she can't open without Tali around. The crew then run into a bunch of Rachni stuck in a decontamination chamber leading to the tram they need, and Shepard grows even more frustrated because she can't just hack open the panel to shoot them all. Shepard then gets even more frustrated because it turns out that Liara is currently too stupid to be able to let her do the fun solution of just flipping a breaker switch to fry all the bugs to death. Fed up with the people around her not being able to open shit for her, Shepard angrily switches the lab's Google Assistant on again to ask it to just open the damn door so she can just shoot the stupid bugs already. The Rachni are then let loose for the crew to shoot, only for Liara to immediately pretend to pass out and refuse to get up until all the bugs are dead.
Yep.
Shepard and Rex then handle the situation without her help, only to become actually worried about Liara when she doesn't get back up after all the Rachni are dead. The two then spend a couple minutes frantically shooting towards a target displaying on their radar that they assume must be an invisible Rachni in the walls, only for it to turn out to have just been a very small Rachni several rooms over that Shepard proceeds to kill entirely on accident simply by stepping on it without even realizing it was there.
Pretty much.
Once the incredibly tiny spider is dealt with, Liara finally decides to stop being a baby and instantly springs back to her feet as if nothing had happened, much to Shepard's immense annoyance. Shepard grows to be so frustrated at all this shit she hasn't been able to steal in the labs that she decides to hand Rex some high explosive rounds for his war crime shotgun solely because she thought watching him ragdoll things across the room will amuse her into forgetting about how angry she currently is. And the session ends with the crew finally making it to the tram to the Deep Labs, where Shepard will finally be able to grill Liara's mom on everything she knows regarding who Liara's father is, and also maybe ask her about Saren or something, I guess, depending on if she hasn't already shot Benezi in the face after getting an answer about Liara's dad while her daughter likely watches in horror.
So Bio says in chat, so if you couldn't tell, from the second Inu called that lady Giovanni Panini, I immediately went out of my way to make it so every mention of her name from that point on was completely wrong. You had fun writing this recap, didn't you, Bio?
About these cans in particular.
Gimme.
Just, like, I can never seem to get the damn tab to pop. Don't mind me just cracking a cold one. I mean, it is technically cold.
Yes, but the implication that you're drinking beer couldn't be further from the truth.
No, I didn't say I was cracking a cold one with the boys.
Well, that would be inaccurate on many, many levels.
Alright. Alright, Liara's, like, still being poisoned to death very slowly, I think.
Let's see, Bio says, it's not terribly often I'm given an opportunity to just make up a bunch of new dumb bullshit every time a character is mentioned.
Nonsense. You had that opportunity all the time back in Three Houses.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
Oh, I'm just gonna put this out there now for all of our friends in chat. I will probably stop being able to actually see chat easily in about an hour.
Now arriving at
I fully charged my tablet only to leave it at home. And my phone's battery, even though it's been on the charger all day, is at 33%. Because I guess that charging cable's just finally died. And doesn't charge things properly anymore.
By the way,
apparently,
Rex was
so-
also just holding an AR for some reason. Because nobody likes to stick with the guns that they've been fucking assigned for some reason. Okay. It's quiet. Emergency exit only.
So translation will be coming back that way. Is that a Bethesda backdoor then?
At least Rex can use an AR well, unlike Liara. I mean, Liara doesn't specialize in anything, so like really any gun she's wielding is about as good as any other, except for the fact that we have her equipped with a war crime pistol. Yeah, this is the place I thought I remembered, alright.
Why does one side say fire and the other say something else?
Well, that one says to the hot labs. And that one, we're actually allowed to go through. Well, you see, they're the hot labs. They're on fire. Elevator locked down by order of Captain J. Ventralis. Shepard, please. Anyway, time for an elevator. Guns out. Oh, look at that. He's pointing a gun at us.
Does he not realize who we are?
Hi, Spectre. I would drop the gun if I were you, sir.
I'd like the
And
record
you.
to show we fired warning shots.
And you. Alright? Y'all understand? You pull the trigger, you die.
Stand down.
Oh, they actually put their guns down.
Well, what do you know? They can listen to reason.
Guys, I think Inu just successfully parlayed.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
No autopsy, no foul. What the hell is that line? That's incredible.
Okay, that's clearly what we're picking. Screw all the other options. Like,
I'd only be upset if they'd fired.
Even hopped up on stems, my people know the rule. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot. I'd like to know who you are.
I'm a Spectre.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out and he ain't all there anymore. First we knew the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
So what are they?
They're Rachni, we know
I've
this.
never seen anything like them.
Yes, we have!
That's why I picked that option, was that reaction
Ford
right
sent an Asari to
there.
clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
Well, I need to talk to her.
Venezia. Is she still over there?
I don't know. I don't see what one person could do.
A matriarch has the skill to keep herself alive for a long time.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. It can take you down to the hot labs.
Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
Investigate. Facility.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
What do you guys do here?
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
Wow. You're real blasé about that, aren't you? How secure is this?
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
Let's see. You survived somehow.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
Okay, investigate.
Hey, wait, is this guy another infinity good boy, bad boy points? Because, like, it seems like we could just go back into that same conversation and probably get the good boy, bad boy points again.
I mean, probably, honestly.
Anyway.
Aliens.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. It's the only Volus left in here.
Investigate. The hot labs.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
The bugs came from the lab?
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
What's the facility like?
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. Got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only. Listen, I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
Investigate. Liara's mom.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Okay. Investigate. Your staff.
Shepard being lead.
People holding up.
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts of scouts. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
Alright, goodbye.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell, man the perimeter!
Oh, hi, you didn't care about that singularity in the slightest, did you?
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
Kind of a futile attack.
They always attack here? It's an obvious kill zone.
Their only other option is over the mountain and down through the ducts. And they freeze like everyone else. I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Where the hell is this going?
I don't know.
Quarantine in the bear. Huh. Why would we walk away when the Rachni were just gonna die like total bitches? Okay. That's literally just an extended hallway that goes to a load zone to the quarantine lab. Good to know. I mean, we'll want to head up there eventually. I would imagine.
Where did they come from?
Where did they
Were
go?
in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
Oh, story's like, damn you not, Tully!
What?
Investigate your work.
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you study?
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
In English, please. Speak plainly.
Think you could translate that into galactic?
It's a genetic thing. Forget it.
Investigate. Calm.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Investigate. Personal questions.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Alice from the University of Arrayas. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Random facts, please.
Considerate much?
No need to be so rude.
You are interrupting my meditations. Precisely how rude must I be to convince you to leave?
And you are speaking improperly to
To
a
a
specter.
specter, yep.
That is not a good decision on your part, ma'am.
Investigate. Liara's mom.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
Fine. Goodbye.
That's all for now.
You've been tremendously
Then
useless.
I will return to my meditations.
Can we pistol whip this bitch?
I'm trying to remember what the pistol whip. There it is. Yeah. I have to do it in a kind of awkward fashion because I can't be pointing at her when I press the button or it doesn't go. So I need to like aim slightly over there and now I can smack her.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I'm here for Liara's mom.
I was sent here to find an Asari matriarch.
Surprised? One has visited recently. Furtively. There are rumors she has gone to the hot lab. For now, with forced cheer. I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Sure, let's see what you got.
What this cell crap? Just hand it over.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
Yeah, but you still might have something interesting.
Like, I mean, you've got a Reaper 9, which is like an Edge 9 and some other stuff. I mean, no licenses, which is what I was hoping for. Oh, medical kit. Alright, sweet. Free med gel. Dr. Porum / Palom, are you okay?
What? No!
Thank you for answering the question.
Sorry. I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
Yes, investigate. Benezia.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Sorry. Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
This lab.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You don't like it here?
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
So you're saying you don't like it here?
Investigate. The hot labs.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
And where can I find him?
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
Beat the shit out of him, understood.
Personal questions.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
Accident?
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
Okay, investigate. The situation here.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain.
What?
None of us have had
What?
enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
Can we talk about that showering a coworker's brain thing for a second?
Yeah. Okay. Why is there not a follow-up on that? Did BioWare think they could put that statement in there and nobody would question it?
Yeah, these scientists have been through some serious shit down here since these bugs broke out.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, goodbye is the only thing we haven't said
I'll
to
talk
this
to you later.
person, but
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Well, there was this guy that stood up and was like, Jesus fuck! That was kind of suspicious.
and then he said something about having to shower off somebody's brain.
Yeah, it was also pretty suspicious.
Got a smoke? We're all out.
To the restricted area. Oh. Well, isn't that fancy? To the secure lab. Okay. I've got to check something. So this is where we came in through.
Uh-huh.
Oop, not there. Because, like, everything that we discussed with these guys is implying that what we should be doing is taking this elevator back downstairs
Uh-huh.
and then going into the hot labs.
Right.
Why is there this giant area behind them? Yeah, that is in fact what we're supposed to be doing. Because that door opens now. So that there's just this gigantic, entirely optional area back there, apparently.
Which we're going back to,
Well,
right?
yeah, I had to make sure that, like, I had to verify that that's in fact where we were supposed to be going, because, you know, it's like entirely possible that they could have been like, oh man, go to the hot labs, and what they actually meant was like, go to the secure labs at the back of this other area.
I mean, they gave us a pass to be able to go wherever the fuck we wanted.
It's hard to hold the conversation when you keep thinking about how you had to shower off your friend's brains. Huh? I don't actually have a witty remark for that. It's never happened before. I don't know how to mock that.
Elevator time. Do-do-do-do-do.
Man, I love elevator effect.
Why did it look like Shepard fell out of that elevator to me?
'Cause she did. Oh, okay, so this all connects into the same... Why is there a destination marker over there? There's the tram.
Did it really just bring us back to where we were?
No, well, kind of, but also no. So we're on a lower layer. Hello?
You're not part of the crew.
I'm a Spectre.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine. I told you to leave. You know what's in there? You want to kill us all? I've had 4 hours of sleep in the last 3 days. I don't need this.
I actually feel bad for this guard.
I told you to leave.
Ah, you did loop eventually.
Yeah, but you had to press that button an awful lot to get there.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean the aliens?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
Are you the one whose brain had to be washed? Tell me about the aliens.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
How'd they get here?
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
Tell me about the Rachni.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
I don't know why we thought bringing back the crazy, like, genocide spiders was a good idea, but, like, weirdly, it was a bad idea. How could we possibly have seen this coming?
Let's see. Investigate. Your survival.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon.
So the Rachni killed her.
I closed the door. I killed her.
Nope, sounds
You
like it
saved
was
yourself.
definitely the Rachni to me.
Let's see. You did what you had to.
If you hadn't, you'd be dead too.
Of course. That is perfectly true.
Investigate.
So anyway, you want to tell me about these Rachni?
Venezia.
Could Matriarch Venezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Alright, goodbye.
I'll be leaving now.
Hey, only sole survivor of the hot labs. Yeah, was it your still alive brain that the other guy had to wash off in the shower? I mean, seems plausible.
Okay, this one will get you. How can we tell jokes?
that's where we came in. What the? Ah, an aid station. There, stop being poisoned or whatever, Liara. Stop dealing with the slowest poison in the history of poison. Okay. Can I go in there?
What's in there? You want to
Damn
kill
it.
us all?
I don't know what's in there, but I know it's on the map, so I want to go there.
And that aside, we're gonna end up in there eventually. I know how these games work.
Maintenance door locked. Authorization required. God damn it, why does nobody in this stupid place recognize my Spectre-ness? You're not allowed to keep me out of restricted areas. I'm a goddamn Spectre.
Yeah, but what could possibly be in a maintenance area that'd be so important?
I don't know, Geth. Oh, we found another Google Assistant terminal.
Hi, who are you?
Dr. Zev Cohen, obviously.
Well, yes, I can see
What-
that.
what do you
but...
want?
I don't like your tone.
I've had a long day. Don't piss me off.
Yes, I'm sorry. I haven't had much sleep lately.
Are these people sick?
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
I'm a Spectre.
But you want to?
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets.
I bet
You
you're
know Mira,
wrong.
the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
I fixed her.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I need more info to help.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You don't have a cure.
You made this, but can't cure it. Don't you people take notes?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventrollis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is it dangerous in there?
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin
Yeah,
is
it's a
brief
bioweapon.
period
I'm pretty sure it's
fire.
unethical
After that,
from
it
the
breaks down
word
into
go.
simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
Alright, goodbye.
Oh, Okay. Screw these
Talk to you
people.
later.
I hope you can do something.
Well, he gave us information for the quest.
Yeah, but we didn't. But you didn't feel like asking how you could help these people.
I assumed his response would be go find the cure.
Do you mean that band? Difficult to track them down.
You just live for making me exasperated, sigh.
Certainly fun. Uh-huh.
Hey, it's duck robots. Seriously, why did they turn ducks
Warning.
into robots?
Watchdog protocol is active.
Uh-huh. And what precisely does that mean? Okay, well, we can't go through there to go see whatever the hell they're hiding back here and
All that space.
all of that. So that's kind of annoying. Especially since there's a bunch of red stuff back there. So did we need to go talk to the captain to get into that, like, area down there? Is... There's also... Well, there's supposed to be a guy in, like, the barracks that we needed to talk to as well. I don't remember seeing him. Oh well. Just double back to this guy and see if we got a clear going in the thingy with him. Yeah, Ventralis.
Something you need?
I want to help the doctor.
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but
We can't risk contamination now.
It's not contagious.
Dr. Cohen says there's no risk of contamination.
all right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Sounds fair.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
No, wait. Okay, game turned me around, that's why. I didn't think that felt right, but... Time for another elevator. Nah, nonsense. I'm sure if we went into the secure area, no one would have started to shoot us. They might have started to shoot us, but I don't think they would have started to shoot us. Besides, that would have been a mistake on their part. I'm not responsible for these people being idiots.
Yeah, we have a very high-power space wizard and a Krogan with us. I think we're fine. I'm
I
here
have
for the
Ventralis'
cure.
permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Anyway, hey, research notes. Isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result.
Ah, so mini game.
Quite possibly. Lock crate. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, well. Thank God we can at least steal some more, you know, metagels. Why are there these 2 burned beds in here? What the hell? Alright, so just in case...
You're acting like something could possibly go wrong with this plan.
Oh, probably not. What the?
Failed to make cure.
Oh, I see. I didn't notice the little bar at the top there.
Oh, hey, look, it's the lady we didn't like. Where's the guard?
What happened to Ventralis's man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Oh, what do you know? She brought the gaff with her. First of all... Hi. Lady. So that went really well for you. Didn't it?
And we got to kill her, yay.
Huzzah. Anyway, see you later, losers. Sucks to be that guy.
Yep, rip guy who was just doing his job.
They came out of there.
The gas?
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Venezia brought them with her.
Can I get into maintenance?
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
Alright.
I'll be leaving now.
We had to go see Dr. Cohen anyways, so... The needlessly antagonistic asshole was evil. Who would have guessed?
Well.
We're on whatever difficulty the game started us on, Mark.
I feel like we went normal difficulty.
So whatever the one the game started us on.
Is that the cure? You did it?
And Asari attacked me.
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall? She just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, They've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
Getting into maintenance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough. That... Oh, God, what a cliche. You saved their lives. Do you know that?
Med gels?
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventrollis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
I mean, I was already full on them, so...
Well, yeah, but telling him to pay us is equally worthless, because it would have been like 250 credits.
Oh yeah, but it would be like 250 credits more than we had. Alright, so now we ride the elevator again. So that we can get into the maintenance area. Listen, BioWare. You guys really gotta work some of this shit out. Like... You should probably either make the normal move speed equivalent to the move speed with the gun out, or just let me leave my gun out when I explicitly choose to draw it in the first place. I swear these Rachni just do not care about singularity.
Maybe that's what made them so formidable, that they were resistant, if not immune, to space wizardry.
They're not, though. Lift works fine. It's just they don't seem to care about singularity.
Watchdog protocol is active.
Yeah, you still haven't told us what that means.
Oh, so that goes down to the restricted area, does it? I imagine that's like a kill on-site order.
You do not know the privilege of being
Oh,
alive.
hey, Benezia.
There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
What, you mean Liara?
Liara's here because she's a member of my crew.
Indeed. What have you told her about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
So you're not gonna negotiate.
There's obviously no peaceful way to settle this.
Indeed.
biotics getting thrown around this. Okay, hi Benezia. Oh no, the Geth. Trust me, Benezia, the Geth are a lot less scary than your biotics. Oh hey, speaking of, more biotics. You know you're back there, right? How'd that work out for you, Mr. Geth? Good job, Rex. Oh no, more Geth. Looking kind of tired there, Benezia.
But your giant force field taking a lot of energy?
Yeah, that energy shield did you so much good, didn't it? Again, good energy shield. Too bad I don't care.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
Let's see. Liara is here because she's a member of my crew, and the rest of my crew would have yelled at me if I didn't bring her along with me. Yeah, she should have used some Krogans. That would have been useful for her, but...
The Rachni seem to disagree.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
And why should I believe you?
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
Indoctrination?
Are you saying he brainwashed you?
People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
So where did he get it?
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species.
Starforge.
The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How do you lose a relay?
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
And you're here for that.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
Investigate. Rachni found the relay?
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Investigate Saren's plan.
Why does Saren need the new relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
I need that information.
You have to give me the location.
I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
To the conduit,
Saren
she said already.
wouldn't tell me his destination, but you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother, don't leave. Fight him.
You've always made me proud, Liara. Die.
Hey, Benezia, I brought you a present. It's called Stasis.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
You all there?
You're free of the indoctrination again?
I still hear it like metal on metal, squealing and reverberating.
Mother.
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
Benezia, what the hell did you actually die from?
Vibrating, obviously.
Alright, oh, okay. Hey, Shepard? Shepard, behind you. There seems to be an Asari zombie coming up behind you, Shepard.
Look out, zombies!
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Identify yourself.
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
controlling the Asari?
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
What's wrong with them?
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
I mean, if you're sure you want me to kill them.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
The downside of not having chat is I'm betting chat would be giving me insight into what the best choice to make here is. It's a little unnerving that the Rachni can basically turn corpses into messengers, but she did also tell us to kill the younglings that are broken instead of releasing them into space.
They're killing younglings.
I feel like I won't kill you is a happy medium. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna free you, but I'm not gonna murder you either.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
Are you stupid? Your people didn't fight these bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
I'm not gonna commit a genocide.
Are we any better if we kill them all?
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words, you'll regret this.
I bet that's gonna come back in one of the later Mass Effects.
Oh, these already died.
Or re-died.
Sorry, Rex.
Okay, so Benezi is dead. The giant murder spider queen has left the premises.
But presumably left behind some younglings we still have to kill.
Well, she did tell us to kill them, yes.
Man, that beeping's annoying.
What beeping? I don't hear
Meep. Meep.
I don't hear any beeping.
Meep. Okay, why did it stop?
Why did what stop? Huh. We're not allowed to go back out that way. Interesting. What Bio can say is that this is one of those points in the game that kind of makes it clear that Tali doesn't really get much characterization in the first Mass Effect. Everyone in the crew is somewhere on a spectrum from Paragon to Renegade, and in situations like these, they'll take the role of angel or devil on your shoulder. Except for Tali, I'm guessing, who is like pure neutral or some nonsense. Oh! I see. That was the emergency escape door from earlier that we just came through.
Ah, okay.
From like way back when we first got here. Okay.
So it is a Bethesda backdoor.
Well, kind of, yeah. Which helps to better get across what they're about. Tali, though, is basically dead center on the alignment chart, so she constantly flip-flops when it comes to her standing in these situations. I can't help but notice these two red dots here that, like... That's interesting. We also can't take that elevator anymore. So is there no way to get down to the restricted area now? If you brought someone like Liara who's a good noodle, then Tali would heavily advocate for Rachni genocide. But if you brought someone like Garrus, she'd be for saving them instead. Yeah, I see we can go to the heat lab. I'm just curious why we can't go back to the restricted area.
Into the deep dark we go.
Are you here to secure the situation?
Are you alright?
They're not leading with I'm a Spectre for once.
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
What did you do?
I don't understand anything yet. What were you doing here?
Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
So they hatched it.
They brought it here to wake it up?
Binary Helix plan to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army.
Uh-huh.
But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
That didn't work.
Obviously, they were wrong.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
We're running out of time.
This is fascinating, but we don't have time to chat.
These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
What in the world is a neutron purge?
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation.
Uh-huh.
Kills everything within the station. It is beyond
okay.
genetic damage of varying degree.
And how would we do this exactly?
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Ira the start.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Man, it's a shame you were just sitting in that chair instead of, you know, being up and about and ready to, you know, react to things. Maybe that wasn't the best time to sit down.
Anyway, let's just get that purge code.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Purge code, please.
Well, we already have that.
Well, yeah, but...
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Yeah, I have it.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Run.
Yeah, easier said than done, you see. The Rachni are not at all pleased about this occurrence.
Good job just teleporting into the elevator, guys.
Yeah, so the trick there is you gotta fight through the Rachni far enough to be able to get in the elevator before the 2 minutes are up. So yeah, we really can't go back there.
We did level up, by the way.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I'd imagine that's probably a decent room to grind experience in, and if you're comfortable letting the clock tick down a little bit.
Huh. Wow, we really can't go back. That's extremely frustrating.
Oh, well, it's not like we'd have been able to hack into anything that was back there anyway.
Yeah, it's a good question, Bio. I don't know how she didn't see that, thing coming up behind that guy, but... Alright. Maximum cooldowns, go! More into Singularity. Liara. Please be better at barriers. And Rex. Also please be better at barriers. And then additionally be better at warp, I guess. You've defeated. Depart. Oh. Well, alright. I guess we're done here.
Yep. So it would seem.
Not satisfied that we didn't get to go down into that other area, but...
Maybe if we go back and talk to the captain and are like, man, we'd really like to go to that one spot.
Well, the problem is the captain is up here.
Uh-huh.
Through the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
That we can't ride.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been great, right? But the problem is, we can't go back through the Benezia labs. The door on that side is locked. So the only other option is to come out here and to take this elevator up to there, but that elevator is out of commission for reasons. And we can't go down to the hot labs anymore on account of, well, we just blew them up. Since like 99% of Shepard's tankiness comes from her ability to almost never take damage because of her super barrier, upgrading her actual armor skill likely isn't going to take much practical difference for her overall compared to... Yeah, I mean, probably. Alright, well. Let's tram our way out of here. Was the solution peaceful like we did, or genocide, killing all their...
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the
Okay.
Mu relay?
No, no, or no.
No.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Enough.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Don't let it happen again.
We're done here. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
No.
No.
Don't bother.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Well, that was a fun meeting.
Good talk, everyone.
In which basically nothing was said.
I mean, plenty was said, like, fuck the council. Alright, so, good work down on Novaria, everyone. Time to go check in with our Black Markets equipment vendor. See what new toys he might have available for us today.
Looking for supplies?
It's genuinely very unfortunate you keep electing to not let Joker put you through to the council, because not talking to them means you can't be extra disrespectful by immediately hanging up. Yes.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Human heavy armor, pistol, sniper rifle, War Crimes sniper rifle, War Crimes assault rifle, another War Crimes pistol. There's not any more super armor. That's unfortunate. A bunch of stuff we could probably sell at some point. Oh, we did a story mission. That's right. That probably means...
That probably means talk to everybody time. Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Caden,
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
I didn't mean to.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Sounds familiar.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Tell me about that.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Vid mails?
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Something changed?
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Caden? Who the hell is Caden? Commander, are you fucking with me? No, I genuinely have no idea who the fuck that even... Oh, you mean Karth, don't you?
Yep. Let's see. Taking emergency leave, walked Sarah to school for a few days. I don't care enough to investigate. She must have hated that.
Sarah couldn't have been fond of you escorting her.
Embarrassed the hell out of her. But it was worth it in the end. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
She hit him?
She cracked him in the face. Good.
When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
And where's your father?
Where was your father during this? Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone.
The fuck are you talking about, Williams?
For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I'm bored now.
Is the rest of your life story this dull?
Not everyone can bust up a slaver ring on their first tour, Commander. Some of us just live ordinary lives. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
Watching?
Like, just this dismissive, like, yeah, sure he is.
You said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
You a fanatic? Shepard's just like, excuse me, are you crazy?
In this case, not our place to judge.
Your beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
I appreciate that, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
You call me Skipper, I will punch you straight in the fucking
Yeah,
face.
don't love that one. But we can't comment on it, so goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Just out of curiosity.
Commander?
I do want to see if that just loops.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I should get back to my duties, Skipper.
Okay, no.
I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
I wanted to make sure that there wasn't actually more there, like hidden behind, you know.
I mean, technically there were a couple of investigates I didn't bother with, but...
Rex, buddy.
What do you want, Shepard?
Personal inquiry.
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Like?
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
So why leave?
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Really?
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
Your dad is watching you. Didn't you just say he was, you know, dead? What, me believing in heaven a problem to you? No, it's just that I saw a corpse get up on its feet a few minutes ago.
What about you?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
And what about Jared?
I love how just like You could be in the middle of this interesting story, just be like, yeah, see you later.
Yep.
Why?
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk.
A crush.
We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
And you went?
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
What about your father?
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day.
Then he stopped being my father.
Talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Investigate. Extinction?
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Investigate. Family.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
No. Now that I have my family's armor again, there's nothing left for me.
Investigate. Genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
What?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Rex. Garrus.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Anything specific?
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
How so?
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Is this common?
Yeah, Bio, it's time for this now.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the Cyclones. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling.
Is it bad that when he said the word psychos, my brain went, so the people who run at you shooting guns while quoting Shakespeare. Understood.
You give me a bucket, and I'll show you a bucket.
What did you find?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Krogan testicles?
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
I mean, that's like nothing.
Killing out there.
40,000's chump change, Garrus. Your gun cost more than that.
So what about the doctor?
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
What?
Yeah? Go on.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
Test tubes? How so?
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Did you interview him?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock.
Oh, I thought that said space duck.
By the time I found out, the ship was already...
I turned the O into an I, so you read it better than I did.
Ah, the majestic space duck.
Space duck, space dick. They just let him go?
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs. They wouldn't listen.
I see.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
It's a tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
So what about this doctor?
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Give it to me.
Silly Inu, there's no way he could have been talking about a space duck. Those things have been extinct for centuries now due to overhunting. That's why they make all those robots in their memory.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
I thought Rex was the only companion with a personal quest.
Yeah, so did I.
I'm gonna grab the Snuggie.
Although it may be that he's the only one with, like... To be fair, what I remember hearing was he's the only one with a loyalty mission. Which is technically different.
I mean... technicalities. What are they really?
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Glad you're feeling better.
Good to see you smiling again.
She says with zero context for what was said in the
I'm
first
sleeping
place.
much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard.
Yeah, that's what I
First,
thought,
we
Bio.
stop
Yeah,
safe.
Rex is the only
Then
one with
I'll
a
worry about my own
loyalty
problem.
quest.
Okay, let's see. Investigate. Haven't we talked to her about all of this?
Maybe.
Quarians?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child.
Yeah, I think
If our
we've talked to her
population
about
grows
all of
too much.
this.
Of course, we are in extreme cases of population decline.
I want to talk about something.
Like what?
Alright, well, I guess
See
we
you
can go
later.
then. Hold on, what was...
Something I can do for you, Commander.
No, I think
Carry
we've,
on,
we've
Adams.
talked to that guy.
Aye, aye, Commander.
That was a guy that were like, Tali's allowed to do stuff with the engines, my guy. Okay, so we've still got to stop in and see Liara and Karth, right?
Yep.
Karth will be back here.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Absolutely.
Personal crap.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
Are you concerned about me?
This a personal observation, Caden?
I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, especially if you're if I have misread your interests.
My interests.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady to my tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
I'm not into blue women, okay? It's just, it's a skin color thing. It's not racist about it. Like, I don't think they're lesser people. It's not interested. You know?
Are you jealous?
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
not like that.
Tali basically thanked you because the knowledge that she didn't get dragged into another spider-infested hellhole is helping immensely when it comes to her ability to sleep.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Caden?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Bad experience?
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic trading out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Investigate. Why couldn't we do it alone?
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Investigate. Experts.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Why not the Asari?
Yeah, why are we getting biotic advice from the Turians?
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Yeah, but why not the Asari, though? You could have hired Asari mercenaries.
You had a bad teacher.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
Why tell me?
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
God, Caden being younger than me.
Still older than me, that makes me feel better. Special?
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Looking for personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezi anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit.
Personal space
Sure doesn't
wizard.
Sony's hurting though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Rachni Queen.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
What about the Rachni Queen?
Alright, goodbye.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I bet you would, Alenko. I bet you would. Liara! Hi, Dr. Chakwas. How you doing? Actually, on my way past. Just fill up on med gels. Liara! Boy, that's ominous.
Yep.
Shepard slowly, silently walking up behind her.
Bother. She brought it upon herself.
You don't feel bad?
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
It's Saren's fault.
I blame Saren, and if I were you, I'd want revenge.
We have enough reason to stop Saren. I do not need to add revenge to the list. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Tell me more about you.
Specifically about your dad.
Pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
I mean, we're short-lived.
We don't have the luxury of time. And Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
Lucky if we hit 100.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
Intimidating?
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want.
Not
it is up to people
inaccurate.
like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Me?
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer.
Ah, yes, the best of what
looked into your
humanity
history.
has to offer. Pulling
I
a
know what
gun
you
on
did
everyone
Torfan.
and threatening them with
I cannot
violence.
even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
Constantly waving my Spectre status in everyone's face.
Alright. Swinging your big giant Spectre dick around and being like, look at me, I'm a Spectre.
I've not always picked the I'm a Spectre option.
Yeah, you avoided it one time. And all the times we've been offered it, you didn't pick it once.
Look, that means I'm not constantly flaunting. Wow, flaunting my Spectre status. Shit. What am I reacting to?
Liara.
You looked that up.
Why are you so interested in me?
I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Me or the bacon?
You're interested in me because of my visions. You just want to know more about the Protheans.
I admit, your connection
That
to
seemed
the Protheans
needlessly
had something
aggressive.
to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
There was a reason why the Council chose you to be his Spectre, Commander. Pretty sure that was just because I called them a bunch of racist assholes in open court, Liara.
I love that the option on the left is clearly
But you're
just homophobic.
female. Yeah. Homophobia, lies, avoiding the question.
Caden's special.
I care about Caden. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
See, here's the problem, Liara. I asked you about your sex life by accident. I actually didn't realize what that option was.
You mean when she was telling us about how they have mind sex?
Yeah, and I was curious about it because me, Willow the human, thought that was fascinating and didn't realize specifically I was asking about mind sex. I was just curious about the social implications of telepathy and accidentally went down a rabbit hole I hadn't intended to go down. I just want to be friends.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
Oh, you could have phrased that so much nicer.
Embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about
Again, it came across as needlessly aggressive, right? Like,
Yep.
a lot of that conversation was just needless aggression. Hey, can we talk about your dad somehow? I'd love to discuss your dad.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful, and now she is gone.
Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up on chat for a split second. I'm sorry she's dead.
Are you gonna be okay?
We didn't even kill her. She just sort of died.
And I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
Bio. Choosing I just want to be friends is not the same thing as I will end you if you bring this up again.
I know, right? And that's definitely how it came across. Like, Liara, we're not talking about this. I'm not interested in you, and if you ever bring this up again, I will shoot you on sight.
Yeah, definitely could have been, like, honestly, that felt like the aggressive option,
did.
and it wasn't even the aggressive option on the
No.
wheel.
It was the lower one that was like, alright.
I can only imagine what would have come out of Shepard's mouth.
She just pulls a gun. Like, instantly pulls a gun on Liara.
Sorry, Colt.
Sorry, Colt.
No, we're gonna return, because I'm pretty sure asking about Asari culture was how I got the misunderstanding in the first place.
But we might be able to ask about her dad, though.
No, we're just leaving.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright, well, Liara romance route closed, I think.
Look, trying for polyamorous relationships doesn't work well in these games.
I don't know, it's not Persona. It probably would have been okay.
I don't know, you couldn't romance anyone else while romancing Alistair in Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah, but that was DAO.
And you couldn't romance Caden, well, actual Karth. God, now I'm getting them backwards in my head. Yeah, you couldn't romance Karth if you were trying to romance anybody else either, so...
Oh, it absolutely super would have immediately blown up in your face.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, so instead we just have to tell Liara that we will shoot her on sight if she ever mentions romantic attraction to us again. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, sorry, Liara. Willow the human outside of game didn't realize she was accidentally picking romance options. Let's see. It's from the Citadel? From who?
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Well, that just means we get to hang up on them.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Oh, so now you're helping.
You didn't seem that interested in helping me before. Why now?
The Council agreed that Saren was dangerous, Commander. That was why we made you a Spectre. We only balked at unleashing the full force of the Citadel fleet against him.
Nobody on the Council wants to see you fail, so we contacted you with this latest information.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
Why wasn't I told about this?
I don't like being kept in the dark.
We can't have you racing around the galaxy chasing false leads, Commander.
What do you think
We
I've been
only contacted you
doing?
because we feel this may be
I've
significant.
literally been chasing around the galaxy
received
doing
was a little
nothing.
more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Oh god, Vermeer.
I don't have time for this.
A missing infiltration team's not my problem. Clean up your own mess.
That unit may have sacrificed their lives to get this message out. Saren is up to something on Vermeer. You'd see that if it weren't for your stubborn human pride.
This is my investigation.
I will find Saren, but I'm doing it my way.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Yeah, believe me, I know, Bio. Guess what we will absolutely not be doing until everything else is done first?
Yep.
Vermeer is notorious. So, yeah, we're not going there for a fucking Okay. We're not going there for a fucking while. Oh, we can't land on Noveria anymore. God dang it. It's a really good thing we bought those licenses while we were down there when we had the chance.
Yep.
I had a feeling we weren't going back. Okay, so. Yeah, Pharos is over there. That's our next actual plot point. Actually, where's Garrus's thing? Saren, searching for these, blah, 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 through the visions. Leave the conduit. Find the helpful. Thank you. Go to Pharos. Go to Vermeer. Garrus, Dr. Celion was last in the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Alright, that's our next stop.
Yep.
The Herschel system of the Kepler Verge. Kepler Verge is like way the fuck out here somewhere. I think. Armstrong Nebula, Voyager Cluster. I'm thinking of the Anakin Traverse. Hold on, where's the Kepler Verge? There it is. Not Newton. Herschel. There we go. Hershey chocolate system. Got it. Hershey's.
I could go for some chocolate.
Chocolate! Oh wait, we were already on Noveria. I wonder if we could have just left the ship. Not that there's any... Okay, I guess we probably can't go back. I just didn't realize we were still, like, landed
Message coming in.
Planet.
Patching it through.
You do that.
Commander, I'm glad you were in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
Nope, not on that.
Sorry. Emergency situation, you're the only one that can get it done. What's going on?
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll take the biotics down, Admiral, and I'll try to limit the casualties.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth Fleet out.
Okay, so that is that, presumably. Now, I imagine, since we did not previously have a quest out here, that we've, in fact, not ever been to this system. That we've not ever been to this system before. Just gonna quickly scan all these planets and see if there's anything. Okay, maybe we have been here and there just wasn't anything here last time. So I'm guessing this is Garrus's thing.
Probably.
And the other thing is the other thing. Oh boy, more crazy Jedi. Shepard's specialty. So if this is the Garrus one. Survey. Oh. No, that's literally just a rocky asteroid that we can't. So, is Garrus's thing also here? Confused. Because this is definitely the right location for Garrus's one. And this little space station is the only place we're actually able to land. So I guess it must be here. So, I guess we're bringing Garrus and Liara, probably. You've boarded. Okay, so Dr. Salion is here, probably. Go to the medical base on. Oh. Okay, so that's in a completely different system. The thing that we were called about. That's in the Hades Gamma cluster.
Really?
That's just confusing. I apologize for being confused, but, like, frankly, I think I get a pass on that one. That's just confusing. Also, Garrus. Yeah, I thought you might. Garrus, buddy, listen, I need you to be extremely good at decryption, thanks. Tali's not here, so you're responsible for unlocking literally everything. And then, like, just more points in first aid would be great. Thank you. Alright, sweet. I'm amazed you didn't just immediately default to Tali as the second slot after everything you couldn't steal. Well, the reason I know Garrus has decryption is the thing. And I knew we'd been working on it. So, like, it was a safe bet that... Also, we're fighting a fuck ton of biotics. I want our biotic. I don't want to be fighting the biotics without more biotics. Yeah, you are already outlined in red.
So 0 peace options.
Sure looks like it. Because they're allowing me to target them right away.
It is what it is.
They're already marked as red on the map, so...
And these people presumably have extra organs to shoot.
Evidently peace was never an option, yes. I actually feel kind of bad about that because it didn't seem like those guys were trying that hard to fight back. But I strongly suspect that if we'd not dealt with them now, they would have been a problem eventually anyways. The fact that they were red dots on the map by itself is kind of indication that we're gonna have to deal with them eventually. I'm not in love with how that went, but... Okay, those areas off to the sides were actually viable. Nope. Oh, this one is.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
You're certain?
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
I know Garrus can also do it, but the muscle memory not making you think of Tali off the bat is shocking. Also, I would point out that Tali, much like Garrus, can just straight up turn off the ability for enemies to even use biotic powers in the first place, so she's actually extremely good against them. Yeah, that's true. Garrus did explicitly ask to come on this mission, though.
That's true. Finish him.
Put him out of his misery so we can get going.
Gladly. Your days of butchering are over, Doctor.
No! Please! Please!
Where do you think you're going? Lift.
That was satisfying.
We're done here.
Good. Remember that feeling. That's how it should be.
I will, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Saleon's medical equipment is stained with the blood of many species. Pale blue, violet, orange, and more than a few dark red. But his work has ended here. Time to head back to the Normandy. Ah, look, we did a good. Hard decryption. You got this, Garrus. I wasn't making a point of bringing her instead of Garrus. I was pointing out that if you were actually explicitly bringing people to fight biotics, Tali would be better for it. Oh, I mean, maybe that's true. Stiletto, tornado, harpoon. Gotcha. Boy, it's nice being able to unlock everything. It's just like in Coder when you like forget to bring T3 with you and he's the one you've invested all your security points in. You're like, oh shit, I can't open anything.
I can't hack into anything. I can't open anything.
Unity Amp 8. Gemini Amp 8. That's...
So I'm in this weird bit in my playthrough of Coder on my Switch where I can't remember who I steal the papers to acquire T3 from. Like, I know I need to basically either persuade someone into giving them to me, steal from them, or whatever. But I can't remember who. Which is really inconvenient, because I would love to actually have T3 sooner rather than later. Like, I always thought I got T3 before I got Mission in my last playthrough. And now I've got Mission. I'm working on getting Zalbar.
Yeah, you should definitely have T3 already.
And I cannot for the life of me figure out how I was supposed to give, or I can't for the life of me remember how I was supposed to get T3.
Actually, wait. No, maybe you're not, because don't you get T3... Don't you get T3 through Canderous later, where, like, he sends you to go pick up T3, and... Like, I think that's a Canderous thing. Hey, Garrus, you want to talk about that?
Good to see you.
Let's see.
No? Okay, Garrus does not want to talk about that mission we just did. Just thought I'd check. So, this was in the Cactus system of the Hades Gamma Cluster. Cactus system Hades Gamma. Oh man, nobody wanted to talk to us about that doctor we just murdered, huh? Interesting.
No, clearly not.
Hades Gamma, Hades Gamma, Armstrong, Sentry Omega, Styx Theta, Hawking Eta, Voyager, Gemini Sigma, Argus Rho, Artemis Tau, Exodus, Local, Horsehead. Hell is the Hades Gamma Cluster? How fucking blind am I? Horsehead, Exodus, Artemis Tau, Gemini Sigma, Argus Rho, Voyager, Attican Beta, Armstrong, Kepler Verge, Styx Theta, Hawking Eta. What? I am very lost. Why can't I find this damn system? Am I really just looking right past it? Okay. Okay. Found it.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I have a difficult assignment, Commander. You're the only one I can trust to get it done. There's a criminal leader named Darius in the Skillian Verge who controls most of the Raider activity. I'd like you to negotiate a ceasefire with him.
The Skillian Verge. Now, come on.
Why do they never give us missions for the places we're already going?
I know, right? Like,
they're like, we know you just got here
to
but
do this other
here,
mission
though.
that we just sent you on. But, like, how about you go to the Skillian Verge, though?
Are you sure?
Wouldn't an Alliance negotiator be better suited for this assignment?
Darius won't respect an Alliance negotiator. He built his empire by killing his rivals. But with your very public achievements, you represent a strong image that Darius has to respect. Show him that the Alliance won't back down. Show him he better make peace while he can.
I mean, if you're certain.
I still think this is a mistake, Admiral.
You're not under my command, but we need you for this job. You're the only one that could get it done right. The meeting will take place on a remote barren planet. I'm transmitting the coordinates now. I'm also transmitting the background for this negotiation. 5th Fleet out.
Right. Well, anyway. Time to just have a quick poke around this system and see what's here. Survey Farangor. Carefully monitor this asteroid ring just in case there's a heckin' tiny little, you know, something in there, which there doesn't seem to be. Oh, that bit with Dr. Butcher was also one of the more interesting Paragon interactions in the game. If you talk the guy into surrendering so you don't have to kill him, he still ends up running. And when Garrus then asks what the point of talking to him was, since he tried to run anyways, you turn it into a teaching moment for him by saying you were going to kill him regardless, but by using your words the right way, you pressured him into letting you do so in a more favorable way. Okay, that's where we're supposed to be going. Survey Zayarder over here. And then off to Chloe. Kohei. Whatever this place is called.
The really abrupt
Koche.
change. The really abrupt change in music between, like, being on the space map and actually flying is really unnerving to me.
Well, I mean, you're not going to hear stuff in space. In space, no one can hear you, space. Did you see the Mako just suddenly resize in the middle of that? Like, oh god. There's definitely some old, like, some old 2008 jank still in this game. Alright. Oh, squad, right. Tully. You missed a bunch of level ups back on Novaria. Aquarium, machine attack resistance, armor. More points in first aid might not be bad. Yeah, master first aid. Let's go. Now then. There's an anomalous signal there. There's a science base there, which is what we're here for, and Deborah down there. So, alright. Just in case that anomalous signal happens to be a surprise Thresher Maw for like the 1000th time.
It's not really a surprise if we see it coming.
This area doesn't look nearly open enough for a Thresher Maw. So.
No, this Deborah actually looks like Deborah.
No, the Deborah's the other place. This was an anomalous signal. See, unlike us, Tali actually could use the points in her basic armor since her tankiness comes from her shields. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to get I just wanted to get her up to max on, like, first aid. Deactivate the close to the transmitter, your comms pick up a recording of a wistful string quartet. You powered the system down. Whoever lived here, they haven't been back for some time. The crates are covered with Koei's chalky dust, and the status lights of the shack indicate its atmosphere ran out long ago. So we just turned off somebody's MP3 player for some reason?
Yep.
Oh, Matriarch's writings recovered. Oh, nice. So presumably the person that was here was an Asari. Wow. Double Matriarch's writings.
Do any of them tell us anything about Liara's dad?
Probably not. I do know we'd been looking for some because of one of these side missions at some point, but I guess we're done with that one, so... Alright, put a save on that. Hop back in the Mako and get targeted over towards the Deborah.
Good job, Hexbug. Enu's being surprisingly gentle with the Hexbug.
Well, what you need to realize is that it's currently facing the wrong direction. So if I try to boost, it's going to boost at the camera.
Why are you driving backwards?
Because it was less hassle to do that than to turn the entire thing around. have a feeling we may not be able to deal with this, like, hill in reverse, though.
That's much more what I'm used to from you.
Okay, what? Oh. Oh, okay. I mean... if that doesn't just scream Thresher Maw.
Oh, that absolutely screams Thresher Maw.
Come on, spawn the Thresher. You're not going to surprise anyone. Let's go.
There it is.
Hi there. It is always nice that, like, you can kind of tell when they're gonna show up after a while. Why are you not dead? You have no health. Fuck you and die. Thank you. Thresher Maws. Kind of only a threat when you don't see them coming. It's remarkable how easy it is to just, like, anticipate them when you know what to look for.
Yeah, big open spaces.
Yeah. Big flat plain with just a random marking in the middle of it. You're like, yeah, that's Thresher Maw right there, Chief. So back before they changed the ME1 Thresher Maws to apparently work more like the ones from ME2, they were apparently so easy to kill that you could literally just hop in one spot and not get it. Well, that would have been nice to know when I played the original, because I remember them being an absolute fucking nightmare in the original. I mean, they've given us a fair bit of trouble here from time to time, too. That one was just very cooperative. Hello? Uh-huh. Yep. Open. Combat optics and scam rail.
Wow.
That's not what it said. It said scram rail very clearly, but... yes, I did survey a mercury deposit over there. It was right on the other side of a goddamn fucking Thresher Maw. Never mind the Thresher Maw, though. Focus on the mercury. And the bubbles that blast out of it. Trade-off for them being harder to kill now is that you also never actually have to get out of the hex bug while fighting them, since you don't have to worry about finishing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. So this was the group of... This was the group of biotics, right?
I would
This
assume.
was the crazy group of biotics that we were sent to come murder kill. There does not appear to be a huge amount here. Those tanks aren't anything like important. Those tents don't have anything in them. Alright, where's the actual door to this fucking bunker? There it is. Just park the Mako outside and save quickly. Take a stop in here. Take down the terrorists, but remember to check your targets. The civilians are so addled by the drug, they'll wander right into the middle of a... Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, a bunch of civilians are gonna end up dead.
Yeah, well.
I don't have mercy to my own teammates when they wander into the line of fire. Like, you think I'm gonna stop and worry about civvies when other people are fucking shooting at me? It's because the civvies were too dumb to not take drugs or whatever. Also, I'm a biotic. Everything I do is AoE. Okay, so you're an insane scientist. Like, are you... what I'm trying to kill, or like... Okay, the shooting has started. That's good. Ugh.
Oh, they have space wizards.
Well, we knew that. Okay, game. I would like to be able to... Oh, God. Hey, fun story. I'm actually stuck on this wall and can't move. And also can't shoot my gun, so that's fun. Biotic terrorist leader, huh? Okay, you're dead. Bye. That's another biotic terrorist. Why can't I shoot my gun? I don't know what the game wants me to do here. I'm actually stuck on this wall.
You weren't, like, thrown in stasis by somebody?
Well, I mean, I can do all my powers and stuff, so I'm clearly not stasis. But I am stuck. I cannot get off of this wall.
Interesting.
I can't.
I mean, that might have to be a reload.
I can't gun. I can't grenade. I can't melee.
Yeah, that feels like a reload to me.
Can't aim down sights. Can I just lift in that general area? I just have Liara lift in that general area. Okay, that didn't seem to help. Can you warp? I'm kind of hoping if I finish this combat,
Well, yeah, but how can you finish the combat when you're not allowed to move?
well, I'm hoping I can make Liara like kill that guy from over here. Snowblind rounds we just got, which are upgraded versions of the cryo rounds we could use before that reduce enemy accuracy and partially hit their shields. But they have the added benefit of massively decreasing the heat buildup. They also have an added demerit of tanking your fire rate so hard it's genuinely no upside. I mean... You just throw? That had otherwise gone about as well as it... Yeah, I know. About as well as it possibly could have, because... Those, like... I hadn't touched a single researcher. You're a scientist. Can't say I appreciate you trying to outspace Jedi me.
Yeah, that's not very considerate of them, is it?
Hey buddy, how you doing? I can do a lot of things, dude. Stopping the future is certainly one of them. Oh, looks like this is a lot of shit. Civilian losses were tolerable. I don't think we had any. I I genuinely don't think we had a civilian loss.
Well, I would imagine they consider that tolerable.
Even if you dual slot the strongest possible weapon mod in the game for increasing your fire rate, you barely manage to break even at the expense of missing out on actual damage boosting. Seeing as the highest grade of heat reducing upgrades also just gives free bonus damage as a side stat. Yeah, certainly seems that way. Alright, let's finish exploring around here and save it up, call it good. Is there anything even in here? Oh, crate. Brawler, Avalanche, Avenger. Some more guns. More guns is more better. Nothing else. More guns is more money is more better. Malfunctioning object. Ooh, high explosive rounds. I don't know if those are an upgrade to the ones that we had on Rex, but something to consider at some point. So when the game said that the scientists were going to get addled and run into the line of fire, what they meant was the scientists are going to not move and stand perfectly still. Evidently. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Tully does have a shotgun. I kind of forget about that. Alright, looks like we are all done here. Pop back outside. Hop in the Mako. And, get ready to head back up to the Normandy. Not actually do that thing, but just get ready. I seem to be clipped into the Mako's wheel. It's fine. Anyway, so.
Perfectly functioning.
Perfect. It's working as intended. So, next time, back up to the Normandy, then over to wherever it is we have to go for that other urgent thing that they told us about. And then we'll see if they send more shit at us when we get over there.
Friendly reminder, we won't be streaming next Sunday.
Yep, next week is an off week, so let's see. As we saw with fighting Liara's mom, someone with a shotgun using those alongside her turning off gravity launches people into space. Yeah, also high enough level lift just sends people to space regardless. But yeah, next week no stream. And no Sunday stream. Normal Thursday stream this week, but no Thursday stream the following week either. And a week from, I guess 2 weeks from today, we'll be back as per normal. So, so you got time on the recap for this week, Bio, but please make super sure to remind me what the hell we were planning to do after this, because I'm not going to remember in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, why are we in the Mako?
Why are we in the Mako? Why did we not leave off at the command deck of the Normandy? Why are we here?
What planet are we on?
What were we doing and why? Like, I'm not going to remember 2 weeks from now, so.
Nope. I'm not gonna remember 10 minutes from now that we saved the game in the Mako.
So, until then...
We'll catch you guys next time.